What's up, guys? It's Chad Close here with CCGaming, and this is the first video of many that I'm going to do on how to develop and make a video game. We'll make it for the PC, but we'll actually be using Unity 3D, which is very easy to change platforms from PC, console, Android, iOS, really whatever you want to do. And we're just going to talk about all the fundamentals of how to make a video game, where to get started, and really all the basic skills of doing it in this series that we're going to make. I'll be putting out a video every Tuesday and Thursday, hopefully. That's the plan, every Tuesday and Thursday. This one's not going to be coming out on one of those days, but next one will. It's March something. So, subscribe, like, keep following this series because it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be, if you want to learn how to make video games, this is going to be the series you're going to want to learn. It's going to be very simple, very straightforward, and you're not going to really need any background in programming or modeling or anything. I mean, it'll help, but I'll pretty much explain everything, and really I'll give you all the links and sources to really get better and develop these skills. So, how to make a game? Well, you're going to need software, and what software you're going to need is you're actually going to need 3 types of software. I only listed 2 because 2 you can get away with 2. The first one is you're going to need a game engine. We're going to be using Unity 3D. Unity 4 is out, but we will be using Unity 3.56, I believe, because that's the version I have on my computer because I have an Android license with that version. There's also Unity UDK, which is also called Unreal. That one, I believe it has a free kit for the Android, which I don't think you can sell the games for money. There's also like Crysis, and there's a lot of other engines that are out there that you can use. Most of them you have to pay for, but Unity is free, and that is why we're using it. The trial version is free. You're gonna need a 3D modeling program. We are going to be using Blender. It's an open source. I like it. There's a huge community on how to learn how to use this program. So that's one of the main reasons why we're going to go with this. So you guys can always get some outside help, but we will be explaining everything in this video series. And there's also Maya 3ds Max. You can also use like Inventor and stuff and import all those FBX and OBJs into the game. And then the third type of software that you should get is either picture image software. So Photoshop will be what I'm using, but you can also use GIMP. Is a free version or a free Photoshop-like program. So I will be using Photoshop CS3, I believe. It's a pretty old version, but they're all pretty much similar, so you'll be able to know, kind of go along with it. Knowledge, the stuff we are going to be talking about in this game. I believe, yeah. The stuff we're going to be talking about in this game is how to use Unity, how to set up scenes, objects, importing, GUI, the works, how to write scripts, JavaScript, everything. Everything you will need to know how to use Unity to make a game, we will be explaining. We're going to take you step by step. It'll be a very info-filled tutorial. It should be pretty cool. Alright, another thing we're going to learn is JavaScript. So, if you don't know how programming, don't worry, again, we'll show you, but background in programming is always helpful. Next thing, we're going to make game objects, so modeling, texturing, making materials, UV unwrapping, you name it, we'll probably cover it in this. I don't know if we're going to do animating yet, but we do have videos, we'll link videos if you're going to do animations. We'll have links and stuff for that. And then we're going to put it all together, and we're actually going to make a game right now. I don't know exactly what type of game I'm going to make. So if you comment in the description before I start actually making the game, I might actually take your advice. So that would be pretty cool if you want to see a certain type of game. It's not going to be a very intense game. It's going to be a simpler game, but it will be a game that we can publish. I'll probably just put it on some web hosting website like woodly.com. Alright, next. The basic parts. There's going to be objects, scripts, and scenes that make up your game. The objects are going to be the physical things. I guess they don't have to be physical. things you're going to see, the player's going to interact with them, the components inside the scene, which is the scene is kind of the entire level. When you're playing, the entire level is called the scene. So the objects, in Unity, they also have components attached to them, such as renderers, rigid bodies, colliders, scripts. We'll be talking about these more often when we actually get into the Unity interface, which should be the next video. And we'll also be talking about prefabs, which are pretty much objects that are duplicatable, which are set as prefabs. Next thing we're going to talk about, another basic part, is scripts. They pretty much tell the computer, phone, console, whatever you're making it on, it's going to tell the computer what to do. If this, do that. If you're in the air, have gravity, react on it. Simple stuff like that. So, the next thing is scenes. Like I said, the scene is pretty much the entire level. It encompasses everything, and everything is in the scene. And a game can either be one scene, technically, or it can be multiple scenes connected via code and scripts. So, next part. The process of making a game. It all starts with an idea. When you're thinking of game ideas, brainstorm. The first one's not always the best. When you're thinking about this, you're going to want to pick a good idea because you're going to be spending a lot of time on it. And you're not going to want to start a game, go halfway through, be halfway done with it, and be like, I don't really like this game, and change it. You just wasted a lot of time, effort, and you learn stuff from the process, but it's going to be a waste of time overall. So make sure you have a good idea, you know what you're going to do, and you kind of know what you want to accomplish. Next, you're going to want to make a plan. Just think about the gameplay, everything you're going to have to make, the sounds in the game, kind of the scripts that you're going to have to write, all the components and stuff like that, and make sure either you know how to do it, or you can learn how to do it, or it's possible. You can look up on the internet, or you can even jump into like a practice project and just write a code that you don't know if you can do, and just see if you can actually write that one code. And if you can, well, then you can go ahead with the idea and then go ahead and execute it, do it, make the game. And last of all for this video, there should be one more. Maybe there is not. That might be all of it. Yeah, that looks like everything in this video. So, again, we're going to be covering everything that you're going to need to know. Next, we're going to talk about the Unity interface and how to use it and how we're going to make a game. Hope you guys join us. Make sure you subscribe and follow the channel.